Hello, this is John Hickey from IB8, your friendly American IELTS teacher who lived in Vietnam for years. Today our topic is IELTS speaking success, and the key idea is avoiding traps rather than chasing tricks. When you understand these traps, you can stay calm, show your real level, and lift your score. We will explore what examiners do, why they do it, how to spot each trap, and simple ways to respond. You will hear clear examples, easy phrases, and a calm step-by-step plan you can use in every part. These tools will help you avoid panic, sound natural, and speak with steady confidence under pressure. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and come with me into the test room, step by step. Let us begin and build success from the first hello. You are ready? First, let us talk about Trap 1, the unexpected topic in Part 1 of the test. In Part 1, questions are usually simple, about home, work, study, hometown, or hobbies. Many students prepare fixed answers, what we call memorized answers, learned by heart before the exam. Memorized means you repeat the same words like a script, not natural speech made in the moment. Examiners are trained to notice this because they hear the same style every day. If they think your answer is memorized, they will change the plan and ask strange follow-up questions. Suddenly, the topic moves from your living room to wigs or something you never practiced. This is not cruel. It is a fair way to see your real speaking ability under a small surprise. Here is the key. Your score will reflect how you handle the unexpected, not the perfect script you prepared. So what should you do when a question seems weird, new, or out of place? Answer directly and confidently, even if you have limited knowledge. You can say, "To be honest, I have not thought about wigs before, but here is my opinion." Then give a clear, short view with simple reasons and maybe one small example. For instance, "No, I have never worn a wig, and I think most people use them for fun or for acting." If you feel wigs look silly, you may say so, but keep a respectful tone. Respectful tone means you share your opinion without insulting a person who chooses differently. You can add a softener like "in my view," "in my culture," or "from what I've seen." This shows control of vocabulary for opinion language, and it keeps the conversation friendly. If you truly do not know, avoid the sentence "I do not know about that" and silence. Instead, try a quick frame that buys you time and signals willingness to answer. Here are useful frames. "I'm not an expert, but I think," or "I have not tried it, yet I imagine." Then give one or two reasons, a small story, or a simple comparison. A comparison might be, "Wearing a wig is like wearing a costume at a festival. It is playful and temporary." Notice that every sentence stays connected to the question, and the grammar is clear and correct. We are not trying to be clever. We are trying to be clear, calm, and natural. This approach helps your fluency and coherence score, which means smooth speaking and logical flow. Coherence is a fancy word for how well your ideas connect, like links in a chain. It also helps lexical resource, which is the vocabulary band, because you use topic words naturally. Finally, it supports grammar and pronunciation, as you use simple, correct structures and clear sounds. Practice this at home with a friend. Ask each other 5 strange questions. Answer without stopping, and move on. Time yourself for 1 minute each. Keep answers short and focus on direct, honest statements. If a question feels impossible, share one safe idea anyway, and your confidence will guide the next steps for you. Now let us face Trap 2, the difficult questions at the end of Part 3. In this part, the examiner joins you in a deeper talk about ideas, society, technology, or education. If you are aiming for Band 7, 8, or 9, the final questions may be the hardest of the day. Why do examiners do this at the end, when your energy is low and your stress is high? Because they must separate higher bands from lower bands and check if you can handle complex thinking. A complex question may ask you to predict the future, weigh 2 sides, or explain cause and effect. For example, how might artificial intelligence change small restaurants in your city during the next 10 years? Do not panic when you hear a question like that. Do not say, yes, I do not know. Silence and hesitations make your fluency score drop because the speech stops and the rhythm breaks. Instead, be honest about your limits and build a small answer anyway. You can start with, to be honest, I do not know a lot about this topic. Then add, if I had to guess, and give 1 or 2 logical ideas. This way, you show thinking, you show structure, and you remain calm under pressure. For example, to be honest, I do not know much. But if I had to guess, AI will handle orders. It might predict popular dishes, help with stock, and support delivery, though I could be wrong. That little structure does many jobs at once. It proves fluency because you keep speaking. It shows coherence because you give a frame and then ideas. It supports grammar because you use conditionals, like, if I had to guess. And it builds vocabulary because you use topic words like orders, delivery, and prediction in a real context. Remember, the examiner is not your enemy. They are your guide to the right band. When you try, even with a guess, many examiners notice your courage and help move to safer ground. To practice, use a simple 3-step plan at home. First, restate the question in your own words to check understanding and buy time. Second, give a cautious start, like, I am not sure, yet one outcome could be. Third, offer 1 or 2 reasons and a quick example from your city, school, or family. Keep the language simple. Keep the sentences short, and keep the voice steady. If the examiner asks a follow-up question, link back to your last idea with a phrase like, as I mentioned. Linking words like, however, on the other hand, and because help your ideas move in a clear order. If you freeze, look slightly up, breathe in, and use your safe start sentence again. Do not apologize again and again. 1 short, honest sentence is enough. Remember, The last two questions can lift your band or pull it down. Finish strong with clear structure, steady voice, and topic words that fit the question. When you show calm thinking at the end, the examiner sees the real you and scores you fairly today. Next comes Trap 3, vocabulary testing across many topics in a short time. The examiner wants to know if you have the right words for the right subject. They do not want a list of fancy words you learned last night without context. So they move from food to travel to technology to education to the environment and maybe to culture. Within 10 to 15 minutes, they can see your real range of vocabulary in many areas. The key idea is topic-specific words, which means natural words you use for a particular subject. For food, words like fresh, spicy, stir-fried, steaming, and portion are useful and common. For travel, words like booking, hostel, check-in, delay, and peak season sound natural and clear. For technology, words like update, settings, battery life, signal, and privacy are simple and exact. For the environment, words like recycle, emissions, habitat, rainfall, and drought are direct and strong. For education, words like group work, curriculum, semester, attendance, and feedback help explain ideas. Notice how these words are not difficult, yet they fit the topic perfectly. Examiners prefer a simple, right word over a complex, wrong one. Students often fail when they memorize so-called Band 9 words and push them into every answer. This sounds unnatural, and sometimes the meaning is not correct. Instead, successful students use the right words they already know and add a few new ones for each topic. Here is a simple method to grow topic vocabulary without stress. Take 5 common topics such as food, travel, technology, education, and environment. For each topic, write 10 everyday words and 1 or 2 short phrases you actually use. Practice saying them in natural sentences recorded on your phone 3 times a week. Do not copy long lists from the internet. Build your own set from your life. When the test comes, your brain will find those words quickly because they are linked to real stories. Also, learn a few multi-word verbs, which are verbs with 2 parts, like pick up or cut down. Pick up can mean collect or learn, and cut down can mean reduce. For example, cut down waste. These small tools make your speech flexible and natural. During the test, listen carefully to the topic and answer with words that belong there. If the topic is climate change, do not talk about profit margins or market share, unless the question asks. If the topic is education, words like homework, grades, projects, and mentoring are more natural than synergy. If you need a higher level word, use it only when it helps the meaning. A useful tip is to build small word families like teach, teacher, teaching, and teachable. Then you can choose the right form quickly during the test. Finally, pronounce the words clearly, even if they are simple. Clear sounds make a bigger difference than rare words used badly. You can slow down a little, stress the important syllable, and open your mouth for vowels. That way, the examiner understands every idea, and your message arrives clean and strong. Simple words, clear mind, higher score. Before we wrap up the main part, let me share the biggest IELTS speaking secret. It is about confidence and honesty, not tricks. There is a scene in the movie Catch Me If You Can, where a young con man studies for 2 weeks and passes a law exam. The point is not cheating. The point is that he was smart enough to succeed the right way. In IELTS, traps are designed to catch people who use scripts and fake language. Most students are not bad people. They are just afraid of failure, and they copy shortcuts. But you are capable already, and your job is to prove it by speaking simply and honestly. If you avoid cheating and follow the strategies in this episode, the examiner will see your real level. Do not try to impress with big words. Impress with clear ideas, linked steps, and good examples. This same principle works in reading, listening, and writing. Avoid tricks, focus on the task, and show real skill. When you believe you are good enough, you speak with a calm voice, and people trust you. That belief is your strongest preparation tool. Carry it into the room. You will shine. We have explored how to avoid traps in Part 1, Part 3, and across vocabulary. Answer directly, use simple topic words, stay honest about limits, and keep a steady rhythm. With these habits, your real level appears, and your band can rise naturally. Now I would love to hear from you in the comments. Which trap is hardest for you, and what small step will you practice this week? Please subscribe to IB8 for more clear English and honest IELTS advice. Consider becoming a member to support the channel and get practice files and feedback. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.